They say music is the great communicator. At least, that's what I heard in a Red Hot Chili Peppers song. And although the meaning of certain lyrics may seem obvious, you'll find that just below the surface are hidden, deeper meanings. Now, I'm something of a musician myself, so let's take a look at what really goes on in the mind of a songwriter. First up, we'll be taking a look at the first few lines of Light My Fire by The Doors. Now, due to YouTube's unforgiving copyright detection system, I won't be able to play any of the original recording. But what I will do is first sing the lyrics a cappella and then speak them aloud a second time. That way we can listen to them in both a melodic and also purely textual context. Here I go. You know that it would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Again, that's, you know that it would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. So right off the bat, you'll want to notice the use of negatives. What he's saying is, you know that it would be untrue. You know that he would be a liar if he was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. What this actually means is that we, or that is to say him and this hypothetical girl, could get much higher. And it's important to note that this really is in keeping with Jim Morrison's character because he was known to take a lot of drugs and presumably get quite high. All right, next up, we're going to take a look at the song Hey Soul Sister by the band Train. The lines that we'll be taking a look at are a little ways into the second verse of the song. I'm so obsessed. My heart is bound to be right out my untrimmed chest. That's probably not the same key as the original song and probably isn't quite right for the melody. This song's a little bit difficult, but so the lyrics are, I'm so obsessed, my heart is bound to beat right out my untrimmed chest. And so right off the bat, this poses a couple of questions. And I've scoured the internet, as in I did a quick Google search for a photo of the lead singer of Train, who is named Patrick Monahan. The only picture that came up when I typed in shirtless Patrick Monahan, his chest actually looked quite trimmed, as in it was smooth. So right there, I'm forced to kind of question the validity of these lyrics. And backing up just to the lyrics themselves. So the first part is fairly straightforward. He's so obsessed. If you listen to the whole song, it's quite clearly a love song. So he's quite obsessed with the object of his desire here, the woman in question, the soul sister, if you will. He's so obsessed that his heart feels like it's going to beat right out of his chest, which is a fairly familiar metaphor. But the thing about it is that he added an extra sort of modifier there, an adjective, in that his chest is untrimmed. So the visual that he's communicating to you as a listener is that his heart is going to beat out of an untrimmed chest, which to me implies that he's got quite a lot of chest hair. Again, I checked it online. I did not see much chest hair, so I'm really not totally sure how accurate this is. And now, it's worth pointing out here that this guy, Patrick Monahan, he's sort of known for doing some sort of goofball lyrics. You may be familiar with their big hit, Drops of Jupiter, where he sort of riffs around about deep-fried chicken and freeze-dried romance and the best soy latte you ever had. And there's another song where he talks about a 2-ply Herfy bag to hold his love. I know that's been made fun of by other YouTubers, and so it's kind of a known thing that he kind of does these goofball lyrics. And, you know, as I mentioned, I'm a bit of a songwriter myself, and it sometimes when you are coming up with a melody and lyrics, you'll sort of throw in some placeholder lyrics as you're singing and improvising in order to sort of feel out the structure. And sometimes those improvised lyrics actually do become real lyrics for the song, but a lot of times what you'll find yourself doing is going back to these sort of placeholders that you made and rewriting them to make the lyrical content stronger. Because a lot of times the stuff that you sort of just come up with off the top of your head isn't that great. And in the case of Train, in the case of Patrick Monahan's lyricism and songwriting, it sort of just feels like he never goes back and rewrites them. If he improvises something that sort of fits the structure, he'll just roll with it. And it doesn't matter if it sounds ridiculous. It doesn't matter at all, really, because in the end of the day, he's doing pop music. And, I just sort of start to feel that it just doesn't matter, really. Like, anything doesn't matter. Like, if you know that you want to rhyme, so you have this rhyming structure in place, you have this song structure, and you know that what you want to do, I'm so obsessed, my heart is about to beat right out my chest, but because you needed it an extra couple syllables, you added in the word untrimmed, which isn't a visual I don't think any of us really want, right? Like, I don't want to think about a man's untrimmed chest. It doesn't really add anything to the song. And I don't really know why I stopped there, because if you keep going from those lyrics, you have, I believe in you like a virgin, you're Madonna, and I'm always going to wanna blow your mind, which is fine, I guess. Like, Madonna wrote the song like a virgin. I don't really know what it has to do in this context. And, we could continue on and look at more of it, and there's sort of, hey, soul sister, hey, Mr. on the radio. There's a bunch of stuff. He just kind of throws in a lot of words, and I don't really want to keep doing this, because I've at times spent time writing lyrics and thought about good lyrics and what that means in the context of music. And it's really easy to say that the lyrics don't really matter, and that all people really hear, especially in the context of pop music, is the melody primarily. The lyrics don't matter. All that matters is the melody. And I think this is a perfect example of that. People really don't care what you say. You can sing about anything, and it just doesn't matter. And you know what? I'm done. I'm out. I've just decided that this isn't worth doing anymore. Your sweet moonbeam, the smell of you in every single dream I dream. I knew when we collided, you're the one I have decided, who's one of my kind.